All right, Hare Krishna. We are here live on our second episode of discussion with Aishwarya here. We're going to talk about breathwork number two. So I think we had a great and very interesting discussion last time on this topic, and Aishwarya had shown us the basics of breathwork, why the main advantages, and so on. Today we're going to dive a little deeper into the basics and believe some of the don'ts or something. But anyway, I won't give it away. I'm waiting to see it myself in detail. And also we have Carolina, who has done the series of the three modes of nature and living in goodness. That's what we covered. So she's also here. And as a matter of fact, she had a question which has actually developed into a point for this presentation. So with that, I will turn it over to you all. Aishwarya, Carolina, do you want to say something to introduce? Yep. So sorry. Yeah. I was going to hand the floor to you. So yeah, Aishwarya, just to introduce her, as we know, she is a very acclaimed yogi who has been doing yoga. She's a certified yoga instructor, and she has been living the this lifestyle. It's actually it's not just a course that you pass. It's actually trying to live it, and she lives it. Caroline also, similarly, she does. Involved in kirtan programs, living the bhakti lifestyle again, just like Aishwarya doing various and living in modes of goodness, extreme goodness. So we will get into it. Anything you all both wanted to say quickly before we dive into it?
Thank you so much, Sundaran Prabhuji, for inviting both of us for this particular podcast. And each time our excitement goes up when we see your enthusiasm and you putting efforts, etc., and making this happen. So thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Well, thank you for encouraging me and keeping me motivated. Otherwise, I'd just be doing my own little tamogun mode of ignorance stuff. So you're pulling me out of the darker mode. So all right, so let us get into it. I'll start my screen share, and we will get into this slide. So just going to start the slideshow so we can actually see it when we go. Here it is, and then let me make sure I'm able to locate the button to share my screen. Here we go. So let me know if y'all can see this. Here we go. There. That's our first screen. So, yep, you want to just take us to the intro, Aishwarya, if you're able to see the screen.
Sorry, no problem.
I'm not seeing.
You're not seeing it. Okay, you are not seeing it. Okay, so technical issue number one. Okay, let me see. So what do I do wrong? Layout, share options, share. Okay, how about now?
Yeah,
All right, that's better. Okay.
perfect. Yeah.
All right, so breathwork techniques with Aishwarya, part two. This is the breath, prana, and respiro. And I can move on to the next slide, right?
Yeah.
All right, here goes.
Okay. So, when we are going to start to talk about the do's and the don'ts, so before that, there was a big question that came in like, when we breathe during asana, is that called as breath work? So before moving to answer this particular question, I just wanted to ask you if any wild guesses if you can have an answer like what do you mean by yoga? The word yoga. If any guesses?
To me, when I look at yoga, you know where I'm going with this. So I just look at like a studio full of yogis
Mm-hmm.
chanting Om Shanti or in a
Okay.
pose like doing yoga. So
Okay.
basically, to me, it looks like exercise and mind control.
Okay. That's perfect. That's perfect, Proji. Anything you want to add, Carolina?
Yes, in my mind, when I heard yoga, and this is same to me as asana, like if you talk
Mm-hmm.
about hatha yoga, or it's
Mm-hmm.
something like connection with ourselves
Yes. Yes.
by doing
Perfect.
asana. And actually, yeah, that's why I had this question because the last time I didn't have like time to ask, but it came out of my mind, and actually, I was thinking that um, the pranayama is this the breath work which we do during the asana. It's pranayama, but can you explain maybe like what is this in detail? So
Yes,
that's
yes,
the thing.
yes. Yes, definitely, Carolina. Thank you, both of you, for answering. So, both your answers were correct. And as she said, she used the word connection. So, actually, yoga is coming from a Sanskrit word yuj, which means to unite. So, when we say bhakti yoga, so you are trying to unite with the Lord through bhakti. And when it's Ashtang yoga, you're trying to align or join your different energies that are within you, that is called as yoga. So when we can move forward, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
So when we talk about asana, so she is doing a shoulder stand over here. So when she starts doing shoulder stand, what will be the different symptoms coming up? So for example, her heartbeat will go up, she may feel anxious, her fear can go up, she will start sweating, etc. So, while doing this particular pose and while holding this particular pose, she needs to bring her focus and try to calm herself down. And for that, she needs to focus on her breath. So she will be doing a mild breathing where she will slow down our breath. And this is not the breath work. This is She's just breathing during asana and trying to make herself more and more comfortable. So if we see asana, here we are trying to unite your body with your breath. So when we are doing asana, we all of us know, like, when you expand your body, you inhale, and when you contract, you exhale. So you are trying to coordinate your body movements with your breath. So this is something that we do during asana. And the next picture,
Yeah.
uh, w-
Yeah, I was going to
what
say for
we
someone like me, if I were to stand like that, I definitely feel anxiety. So for sure,
yes,
to
yes,
hold that
definitely,
pose.
definitely. And yeah, I mean, and then to make ourselves comfortable in that particular posture, to hold it for 1 minute, I think that is our main goal. We can't do breath work during this particular pose. But the second is actually the breath work, where this person is continuously, he is focused on his breath, and here he is trying to unite his breath with his mind. So if you see the difference, asan, here you're trying to coordinate body with your breath, and pranayam or breath work, you're trying to coordinate your breath with your mind. So, the pranayam or the second picture is actually the breath work, where you can increase the heat of your body, you can cool down your body, you can improve the lungs capacity, etc. So, this all and everything falls in breath work. And asana is about body and breathing coordination.
Okay.
So breath
So
work is all about like 15. Yes, Praji, you can go ahead.
yeah, yeah. So I was going to say, so since you mentioned that it's coordinating the breath and the mind, like what this person on the right is doing, and the exercise on the left. So then, does that mean that the mind has to lead the breathing, or is it the other way around?
Mine has to lead the breathing. That was your question, right?
Yeah, yeah. So which comes first? Basically, does the breath have to, follow whatever the mind is saying, like now breathe in, breathe out, or we try to bring the mind to our breathing? Because I know there are some yogic practices which only focus on the breath, right? So is that what this is?
So again, this will take me a little bit away from the topic into the
Okay.
Panchakosha topic, wherein
Uh,
there is body, then inner circle is your breath, then your mind and your intelligence, and then the blissful state of your mind. So here, what we are trying to do is we are trying to use our intelligence, and we are instructing ourselves. And intelligence is higher than mind. So we are using our intelligence to coordinate the mind and the breath,
Excellent. Okay.
because
Okay. So
my
we'll
mind
shelve that one.
is
We'll shelve the
haha.
Panchakosha for another discussion then. Seems
Yes,
to be another
definitely. It's
topic
it's
by
a
itself.
very deeper topic, and it's best topic, one of my favorite topics.
Great.
So again, we can go next. So I hope this was clear to Carolina last time she asked this question.
Yes, thank you, Aishwarya.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Carolina. So let's understand the basics of breath work. So point number one, what are the basics of breath work? So, very essential is to have clean environment. When I say clean environment, that doesn't only mean that a dust-free environment. It also means an environment where there is not a lot of clutter around, where you have a less amount of things around you, and if they are organized. So in such environment, our breath work, which is an abhyasa, right, which is in practice, so that becomes even more deeper and efficient. Point number two, peaceful environment. So again, this is abhyasa or practice. Imagine yourself studying any difficult topic, like let's say physics or geometry, or even the easier topics, in a place where there is a lot of chaos. We won't be able to focus. So definitely for this practice of breath work, asana, meditation, we need a peaceful environment. You can have some mild music around you or some chanting around you, but we need a peaceful environment. Next, sitting straight. Again, this is the most important part, because many a times I get to see, like, first 5 minutes they are going to sit straight and do the breath work, and after 5 minutes you will see them slowly bending and slouching, and then they may not get the benefits of breath work. Throughout the breath work practice, sitting straight is extremely important. And again, I will not go much deeper into it, because that's again a very different topic. We have like 72,000 nadis or energy channels within us. And we have Sushumna, Ida, Pingala nadi that passes along the spinal cord. And when you bend like this and you breathe, the nadis are not straight, and the air that passes through the nadis won't be efficient. And when you keep your body straight, then your nadis are straight, and that's how the passing of the air in those energy channels, or the passing of the prana in the energy channels, is more efficient. So that's why sitting straight is really very essential. There were some cases. I really asked my teacher. I still remember, like, some people are really not able to sit straight. They are not able to sit straight due to age or some other reasons. So my teacher told, let them sit against the wall.
Mm.
Let them sit against the wall. If that is also difficult, there are not all pranayams or all breathworks cannot be done, but there are some few breathwork practices to start with. You can literally lie down and do it. You can lie down. Not all practices, again, I would like to mention, but there are few practices. Just lie down and you can do it, and you get the benefit. So sitting straight is must for this breathwork practices.
Okay.
uh,
May I ask a question? So when we sit, we bend the legs. Is it okay for the pranayama, or maybe it's better to stand? So everything would be straight.
Okay, so I'm just repeating your question. Is it like you're asking, like, is it okay if we stand during breath work?
So basically, if it's better to stand during the breath work or sit, and
Okay,
in
okay,
which position we have to sit, because there's different positions. If
okay, okay. So basically, like, while standing, there is only one breath work practice which is recommended so far, which is Ujjayi breath work practice. But rest all the practices, the reason why you need to be seated is because you need to be relaxed. In when While we are standing, we are always aware of our body, but when you sit and when you're comfortable, you need to actually get detached from your body, and you stop thinking about body. You need to go inner and inner. So sitting is always recommended, and at the same time there are some different postures, as Carolina mentioned. It can be Padmasan or Vajrasan is amazing. You sit in Vajrasan, your back goes straight automatically. You don't have to tell yourself that I need to keep my back straight, etc. You sit in Vajrasan, the thunderbolt pose, and automatically you can go and keep your back straight.
Is that one of the things where you cross your legs and sit? Is that Vajrasana by any chance?
Crossing legs is in Padmasana,
No,
the
I
lotus
mean
pose.
crossing where it comes on top. You literally bring one
Yeah,
foot from, inside,
yeah.
then put it on top of your left thigh, and then the other way around.
Okay, so that is Padmasana.
I see.
That is
Okay.
Padmasana, the lotus pose. And in
Mhm.
Vajrasana, you actually sit on your knees.
Okay.
Mhm.
You kneel down on your knees and you sit on your heels.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay.
That is Vajrasan. And but some people may not be able to do Vajrasan because they may have knee pain or some other issues, etc. So for them, they can even sit in just normal Sukhasan, cross-legged. No need to sit in Padmasan, which is higher than the Sukhasan.
Hmm. Okay.
So keeping back straight, I think that is given more focus than what position you want to sit in.
So
There is
straight.
always a
Okay.
scope for improvement. I have seen also places where people are doing breath work on chair because they are not able to fold their leg, they're not able to sit down. At least sit, keep your back straight, your back is straight, just start doing breath work
Yeah, yeah,
practice.
chair yoga, right? I think they recommend that for pregnant women or someone who's not able to, sit on the floor.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
absolutely, Praji.
Yep. Do you want me to move
Yeah,
on?
we'll go to the next point. Again, this is very important, like focusing on your breath. Many a times it happens like when we do pranayam, we actually instructing to do the pranayam or the breath work, but we are thinking about what has happened in the past, or we are thinking about future, or what is going just next to the door, etc. So here it's abhyasa, it's a practice. We need to sit and we need to completely focus on your breath, how the air is passing through the nostril, what is happening within you, etc., how it is going out. The more and more you focus, more efficient your breath work will be. So here we need to focus on our breath. Then again, this is supremely like important under guidance. For everything that we know, that we need a guru, and we need an expert to teach us, because Swami Swatmaram, so he's a very like a very celebrated yogi from the medieval times, Swami Swatmaram, and he has said that the dangers of practicing breath work without knowledge is more than the benefits of breath work. So if we practice breath work under the guidance of guru, we'll get this much benefits. And let's say if we don't practice along with the guru, without any instruction, with our own mind, so the dangers will be higher.
Okay, so you're saying
So
there's much more to this in terms of we're just going over the cursory, I mean the basics, but there's much more to actually to learning how to breathe properly to make it much more efficient and to have all the health benefits. Okay, so
yes.
just throwing it out. So maybe potentially, if someone wants to have some like more deeper guidance, they could probably approach you, right? Maybe you can have some
Yes,
series on
Prachi, yes,
that. And
definitely. Mhm.
okay, all right, great.
So we can go next. So what are the don'ts? So the first one is avoid straining. I have seen many a times like people will inhale and they are going to hold it for more than their capacity allows them. Holding it, if their capacity is for 5 seconds, they are trying to hold it for 10 seconds and 15 seconds, and that is not recommended at all. This yoga is for us and it's for our comfort, it's for our discovery. We should not be straining ourselves in any case while doing asana, while doing pranayam. It's a very beautiful journey and we should enjoy the journey, so avoid straining while doing breath work.
So it's not a
uh,
game. You're trying to find out like how
no,
long you can like hold
not
your
at
breath,
all.
like kids do that,
Yes, yes,
go
they
underwater.
do.
Okay.
Yeah, once and twice it's okay as a competition, but again, if we do this daily on a daily basis and if we think that we are increasing the capacity of lungs, then it's not working like that. The practice or the holding of the breath should happen naturally rather than artificially.
Hmm.
try to discipline it like daily, on a daily basis, and naturally you will see that you are able to hold it 10 seconds, 15 seconds effortlessly. That is the main stage that we all need to reach with practice. Next, this is again important, like avoid practicing after meal. So when we take a meal and after that, entire body's focus should go only and only to digestion. Your
Mm.
Our whole body should work only in digesting the food. So when the body's focus is digestion, and in that, when you're doing asana, pranayam, any other work, it's not at all recommended.
So,
Your
see, I'm sorry, I'm going to ask something then. So that's a question I've always had. Like after a meal, you said that you're supposed to focus on your on a digestion. So does that
Mhm.
mean I'm supposed to a like just sit in a place and just try to somehow visualize my body, my stomach digesting, or b should I do some light walk or activity, or c just do my regular chores? What do you recommend? Or maybe
Immediately
none of the
after the
above.
meal, like immediately after the meal, what is the signal that your body gives naturally? Immediately after the meal, then the body's signal is to slow down.
Hmm.
Is to slow down. There are people who immediately they go and take a nap in the afternoon, which is not recommended.
Not recommended.
But
Okay.
not recommended at all. Like
I
immediately
see.
after taking your meal, immediately it's not at all recommended. For
Mm.
first half an hour, you need to slow down. You can take a walk, but take a short walk, like for
Mhm.
50 or 60 steps, because again, when you start walking, your blood goes away from your abdominal area, it goes to your legs, etc. But during digestion, we want more and more blood flow in our abdomen area.
Mhm.
So that's why after a meal for first half an hour, you can just slow down. Maybe you can read a book. That's the most that we can do.
Okay.
Breath work and asana after this, a big no. Asana is out of question, but even breath work is not recommended after meal.
Okay. Sounds good.
Thank you, Prachi. And next, avoiding during illnesses. So there are questions. Many a times, there are people who ask questions like, "I have a headache. Can I practice breath work? I do have a fever. Can I practice breath works?" Then it's a big no during illnesses.
Mm.
But during lifestyle disorders like hypertension, diabetes, um, these there are some couple of breathwork practices that they can definitely do during those lifestyle disorders. But otherwise, if there is headache or you have just vomited, if there is loose motions, diarrhea, etc., it's better to avoid till you recover. Once you recover, then you can resume your practice.
Sounds good.
Yes, thank you. Next is avoiding during pregnancy. So some can be practices. Not all the practices in breathwork needs to be avoided during pregnancy. So there are some breathwork that increase the heat in your body. So those practices you'll keep it aside during pregnancy. For pregnancy, we definitely need a calm mind. So there are some practices that give you a calmer mind, that can, slow down your breath, that can cool down your body. Those practices are recommended, but heating breath work practices, not at all recommended during pregnancies.
Okay.
Then avoid practicing in haste. Again, this is something that can go for a very long time, but I'll try to keep it short. Avoid practicing in haste. Again, we get to see that I have only 5 minutes and I want to do my five breathwork practice, and one for each minute they do one, one practices, and they're practicing in haste. Not at all recommended. We need to just take one practice or two practice max to max. Do it very slowly and calmly for 5 minutes, and then go for whatever work that we need to go for. Because there is a very nice explanation. We can have a podcast on this one topic again the next time. There are five types of prana. I will not go much in detail again. But for example, there is a pran, A, which is, let's say, the location it's functioning in the chest, and B is functioning in our abdomen. So the A pran is actually working on your chest, and B pran is working in your abdomen. When we practice in haste, A starts functioning in B and B can start functioning in A. And there is going to be complete chaos. And that's why we told like we need to practice it under guru or any other expert or under guidance. So we definitely don't have to practice this in haste.
Sorry, yes, Aishwarya. So when you say A and B get mixed up, so does that mean that the breath from one section of the abdomen is moving to the other, or what gets mixed up?
Yes, the breath from the A area, the where it
Hmm.
is supposed to function, it can flow to the area where it's not going to work.
I see.
So the
Okay.
A pran is actually basically working for the respiration, and B pran is working for the digestion. So A
Hmm.
can start going in B, and its expertise is not into digestion. It will start mixing up with B area. So this
So
is just
I see.
like we have
Interesting.
like principal and teacher, for example. Principal will start working as teacher and teacher will start working as principal. And if this goes on for a long time, then it's going to create a chaos.
Okay, so one last thing, and I'll let it go at that. So you're saying when we do pranayam, for instance, does that mean that the different this A and B, the sections, they stay in their own sections, or is it going through the whole body?
So sometimes we get to see that there is total imbalance in certain human bodies. Completely, they are imbalanced. The A is working in B, the B is working in C, C is working somewhere else.
Mm.
And these are the people you will get to see that they are in diseased condition. Their bodily level, you can see diseases. But through pranayam, we are trying to bring back A from the abdomen area back to the respiration,
Mm.
work on your area only. We are trying to disciplining all those different types of prana.
Nice.
And again, the most important here, avoiding comparisons. We get to see this a lot everywhere around, in every area, in every aspect. So, yoga, when we talk about yoga, even if it is like bhakti yoga or ashtang yoga that we practice, it's a inner work, it's an inner journey. Here we are trying to unite our mind with our breath, our body with our breath. We are trying to unite all the inner energies. We're trying to unite ourselves with the God, etc. So it's all the inner work. And this has nothing to do with someone who is outside
Mm.
for that particular moment when we are practicing. This is completely your inner work. And I have seen many a times like people try to compare um, with their breath work, sometimes with asanas, etc. They are not getting the benefits. So definitely we need to avoid comparisons while doing any practices.
Yeah, yeah, because normally in a yoga setting, then I would probably be looking sometimes as how the others are doing yoga and probably
Yeah.
getting stressed that I'm not able to do it that well. So saying the same thing applies to
Yes,
breath work.
yes, Prabhuji, definitely. I would like to, mention one example that I heard from one of my friends. Like this one person, this
Hmm.
person, he had high blood pressure, and he didn't tell this to the teacher that he had high blood pressure, and the teacher taught Shirshasana, that is headstand, to every student. And this person forgot, or maybe he didn't mention it, and even he did the Shirshasana, which is headstand. Immediately he got head stroke,
Oh
he got
wow.
brain stroke.
Okay.
Because we, and that's the reason, like when anybody goes on to practice yoga, every expert or guru, they need to know कि मेरा जो भी student है, what
Hmm.
problem they have. Based on that they will be given guidance, because all our body structures are different, everything is different. So
Right.
a comparison is a big no-no.
Right. You have to do whatever you're comfortable with and your body can take. Okay.
Yes, Proji, yes, Proji. So
Right.
yeah,
Exceptional.
here we are going to try the next one. Yeah, so here the Sanskrit word for the inhalation is purak, and Sanskrit word for exhalation is rechak. And similarly, the Sanskrit word for holding the breath outside or inside is called as kumbhak. So we all are going to try over here, and this is something that we are going to do it for 4 times. Is it working, Proji? I can see. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
working, right?
yeah, yeah. I can see the dot move around.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Probably on the
So,
share screen it might be lagged or something. But yeah, it's moving around.
uh-huh. Okay. So we will start with inhalation then the next time when the bubble comes there. So again, let's start inhale. Hold your breath. Exhale. Hold it back. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold it. Exhale. Hold. Last round. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. And slowly you can calm down. So this was quite faster, not even 2 seconds like we are inhaling, not even like 5 seconds we are inhaling or exhaling. But this may be the capacity of some people. Some people can, the advanced yogis, they can like for 10, 15, 20 seconds, they can just inhale. They can hold for next 15 seconds. They can exhale for 15 seconds and then they're holding for next 15 seconds. So slowly you need to increase your second.
Mm.
So all our journeys are different. It's different for different people. Like,
So
so,
this is very interesting. So one thing I observed was I don't know about Carolina, but I guess you are all accomplished like yogis. So your whole experience may it may be different. But for me, I noticed that before you told us to actually hold, exhale, and hold the same duration. I think the way I've been doing it is basically, I guess I could understand like holding after inhaling the what is that, the purak, but then I guess after rechak or the exhalation, I don't think I was holding it. I was going
mhm,
directly exhale and then you start breathing the next cycle.
mhm.
So I think it needs to be symmetric, is what you're saying.
Yes, definitely, because these both are kumbhaks, that is antar kumbhak and outer kumbhak,
Mm.
inner kumbhak and outer kumbhak. So slowly we can discipline our breathing on mat, and with practice for few weeks or months and etc., we will get to see the effects of it off the mat. So disciplining it, because most of the time we are not aware of our breathing. This is something that we are just doing it.
Right. Yeah.
We don't
That is
even
true.
know that we are breathing. But here we are talking about disciplining the breath.
You're becoming conscious of our breathing. Like what they say,
Yes,
mindfulness. So we're actually becoming mindful of our breathing.
yes,
That was
definitely, man.
quite a
Experience
fresh
that
breath of air. It was like a fresh breath of air.
my experience was a little different. So when we started, um, it it started to feel good, but then somehow when in the end I start thinking more on the words, like I just somehow started to thinking about external breathing, not internal. So I noticed like it should be like from the inside, not should be like external and um, like from the inside, like you said before, our intelligence should control, like not
Yes, yes.
not the mind.
Definitely, definitely. Definitely. A very nice point she made. Like basically, our mind is controlling everything, every aspect of our life, even breath. And if we see properly, then when we are in fear, our mind is affected, but our breath is also affected during fear, anger. So here we are working on breath technically, to get an effect over our mind. And slowly and gradually, it's like a training to our intelligence as well, as Carolina said. So, yes, I totally agree with you. Prabhuji, you're mute. You're muted.
I'm sorry, I was just trying to stay quiet. So yeah, so the this probably goes back to the Pancha Kosha. Is the same one, the mind intelligence that you were referring to?
Yes,
Something like that. Okay,
yes.
great.
Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, and it's a very big topic.
Mm,
Nowadays, I have seen like in ISKCON also there are many devotees, amazing exalted devotees. They are using this topic to explain what this koshas is all about and etc. It's very
nice.
interesting topic.
Hmm. Great. So we'll delve into that in one of our courses that we're going to be doing. We'll probably have a detailed section on the secrets of mind intelligence within breathing.
Definitely, Praji.
And
Yes,
probably I'm sure
thank you so
that'll
much.
yeah, I'm sure that'll help you to become like a better person, like more intelligent maybe. I mean, I'm sure all this, contributes to being more positive, right? In terms of our thinking, everything will probably get clarified, cleared up.
Yes, that will deepen our faith in every practice that we do,
Mm,
because it's very essential for all of us to know why are we doing those practice. That why component will actually convince us, and we will start practicing naturally. Anybody will start practicing.
mm.
So
Interesting.
answers are like weapons like.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Aishwarya, still I have a question. So for how long after food is recommended to do practice, to
Uh,
do pranayama and to do yoga, both? How long after the meal?
Okay, so after the meal, it is recommended after 5 hours. After 5 hours, we can definitely go ahead and do yoga. But always it's recommended, like in the scriptures, like Hatha Yoga Pratipika, Patanjali Yoga Sutra, it was always recommended to do it early in the morning, empty stomach, after evacuation. Yeah,
Mhm.
after you have cleared your gut, etc. So that was a recommendation in the scriptures, but sometimes our lives are so busy, it's not always possible. Then you can, after the meal, after 5 hours, you can definitely go ahead and do yoga, but it's better if we have our stomach empty. It's better to do it on empty stomach. So
Okay,
thank you, Carolina.
thank you.
Great. I think that was great questions there and excellent discussion. So yeah, I think with that we have a lot of points here to think about. I've taken down a few, and it was good. We spoke about the various asanas and breathwork, the connection that Carolina had raised last time. We talked about yoga being a connection, relationship between the breath and the mind, and a panchakosh to be delved into in one of our courses. The nadis, the poses, the vajrasan pose. We talked about different poses, the areas of prana, the AB example that you gave, and then of course you had the don'ts, all the clean environment and so on, the posture, breathing, and of course most importantly guidance. And then we now spoke about meals, all the don'ts to continue them, of course. And then we did a great exercise. So yeah, that was an awesome discussion. Thank you very much, Aishwarya. Anything else? Did any of you all have anything else before we close out?
Thank you so much, Proji, for again having both of us in this conversation. And just, I always like to end my classes with some quote. So, the way I've
Yes,
understood,
please.
like yoga is not a workout, it's a work in.
Um,
So,
Not a workout,
yeah.
work in. I've never heard that or come across that.
Mhm.
Not a workout, but a work in. Okay, I think this can actually be a bumper sticker. You
Yeah.
actually have the workout and then you have it crossed. That's how I've actually taken it in my notes. But a work
Mhm.
in. That's great because
Yes.
you're actually working inside yourself.
Yes. Yes.
Nice, nice. That is really good. Work in before you work out. All right.
Very true.
With
Yes.
that,
Thank you.
thank
Thank you so
you.
much.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Aishwarya. Thank you, Carolina. Appreciate your
Thank you
time.
so much, you both. Thank you, Aishwarya, for such
Thank
interesting
you. Thank you so
questions.
much.
Yeah, that was a great discussion. Not a workout, but a work in. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.